Okay, so I am doing my food service rotation at Appalachian State Dining, and this is my floor plan and marketing project. So ASU Food Services, it's obviously university food service. It's serving approximately 20,000 meals per day. It's a receipt-supported business, which not a lot of people, I guess, think about or know, which means that they're not funded by the state or the university. They're 100% receipt supported, so everything is based on what they sell, which means they're not always focused on selling maybe the healthiest foods. They need to put out there what is going to sell to keep their business running. There's 7 locations throughout campus: Sanford, River Street, and Central, and then the Trivet Hall, Clements Student Union, the SRC, the markets, and vending. ASU Food Service employs over 900 people, including full-time, temporary, and student, and 500 to 600 of those employees are student. It's the biggest student employment on campus. So in Sanford Commons and Central Dining Hall is where I'm doing most of my work. And to just jump right into the floor plan analysis, I focused on Conrad's Coffee, which is obviously a coffee shop that serves made-to-order coffee and specialty beverages. There are only 2 full-time employees that work there because they're open Monday through Friday. Here are the hours: 7:30 to 7, and then Friday 7:30 to 2 p.m. And my observations just before starting this new floor plan were that Conrad's Coffee is extremely busy. As you can imagine, it's located centrally on campus, a lot of traffic going through. It was pretty much right when it opens to when it closes. There's only about one employee on staff per shift, which again is pretty chaotic for that one person. They're constantly busy. There's not a ton of storage in the Conrad's Coffee shop itself, so the supplies run out pretty quickly, again, due to high customer volume and these waves in between classes. Obviously, a ton of students just flock towards the dining hall. The supplies are not easily accessible, so their location is in the basement, which is the main problem and kind of what I'm going to focus on. So every time that the worker runs out of any syrups, coffee, milk, anything, they have to go downstairs, and it could take up to 10 minutes to collect new supplies, if not longer. It is not easily accessible. This decreases efficiency, it increases customer wait time, and it may decrease sales because customers will be waiting and have to get to class, and so they can't end up getting their coffee. So this next slide is pretty busy. I'll kind of explain it. This is the floor plan of Sanford upstairs. So on the left of the screen is Conrad's, where I highlighted it. And then on the right, you can see the elevator. That's the elevator that leads to the basement. So the employee needs to walk across Sanford through the back storage and kitchen room to the elevator. And then once they get to the elevator, they go down. I had to draw this myself. They didn't have a floor plan of the basement, so please excuse my not very artistic. Anyways, so they get down through the elevator at the bottom. They have to go through a very long hallway to the end storage room, which you can see in the corner that I highlighted in pink. And that is where the supplies are. This makes absolutely no sense to me, so I was like, well, this is going to be the first change that we're going to make. So some more observations with the basement storage room. That in itself is a whole nother project. It's really unorganized. There's no labels. The shelves are containing supplies from numerous restaurants, so you're kind of just digging through things, trying to find what you need. And again, it could easily take over 10 minutes to find what you need and get back upstairs. So then there's an office storage room upstairs, which I'll go back here. this one right next to the elevator that is not really being utilized. So I wanted to kind of highlight that. There's unused shelves, there's open space for more shelves if they wanted to put more in, and it's easily accessible for employees. It's right in the kitchen upstairs. So my thoughts here were to utilize that space for Conrad's Coffee, since it is extremely high traffic, busy place that the employee cannot be gone for 10 minutes trying to find what they need. Here's just kind of another map that I drew, kind of showing how far away the storage room is right now. So my plan of action, I actually was supposed to follow through with this project, so I was actually making changes. This wasn't hypothetical. So this may seem kind of simple, moving storage rooms around, but as you can probably imagine, actually implementing a change like this is pretty difficult when people have been doing it this way for a while. So anyways, the plan of action was to move Conrad's Coffee supplies to the upstairs storage room, to organize the basement storage room, make designated shelves for each restaurant, and create labels so it's more organized, and to, of course, inform the employees of change and ask for feedback or any recommendations that they may have. So I did do this. It took me a couple days. It wasn't exactly a simple project, and the results of that, there was extremely positive feedback about the new placement of supplies. Obviously, it was way more easily accessible. The Conrad's Coffee workers were thrilled. There was positive employee feedback about the organization of the downstairs storage room. Everyone was able to find their supplies easier, and it just increased efficiency, and there was a better attitude and more confidence in Conrad's employees. I kind of asked them about this to see if this change really did impact them, and they said that they were very pleased that someone was willing to do a project like this to make their work environment more successful. So that was kind of cool to hear. Again, there is still more work to do on organization of other rooms and supply location. That was just kind of one project that I wanted to highlight in this because it was a solid week-long project that next time I think I'll ask employees beforehand to see if they may be able to help provide advice. I kind of just observed Conrad's Coffee and the workflow and kind of just started coming up with changes on my own. But I think next time it'd be helpful to ask employees what they think before actually doing the project. So moving on to my marketing project is a little more elaborate. In food services, they do this thing called Fan Fridays. So here's a description. It's a promotional event that occurs every Friday, and it provides the Appalachian community a financial incentive to wear app gear on Fridays to receive a discount on food products. So it's collaboration between human resources, the bookstore, and food services. So again, it's promoting school spirit and everyone to wear their gear on Friday, create a sense of camaraderie. Here's just a kind of a sample picture of the promotional things that are going on with this event. It's an ongoing event. It's every Friday, so this project was a little more elaborate than my floor plan analysis. It's just kind of ongoing. So the target audience and the timeline for Fan Fridays. So the target audience were students, faculty, and staff of Appalachian State. And again, the timeline was every Friday during the 2017-2018 academic year. So I think this first semester, fall, with game days and every home football games and things like that, food service is doing is doing a promotional event every Friday, and then starting in the spring, they're gonna swap, and food services will do 1 week, human resources will do the next, and then the bookstore will do the next, and they'll swap. Right now, they're all doing something on Friday. So the goals of Fan Fridays, again, are to support or promote team spirit and school pride. It promotes increased sales, and it drives traffic between the bookstore and food services. So a little quote from the marketing of this event is, wear your Appalachian gear or yell "Go App" at checkout to participate in the food services play of the week. So just a few sample events that I organized and worked at. The first one I did was called Freak Shake Friday. And I know this can be cringeworthy for nutrition students, but again, I didn't really, they had all of this planned out before I got here, and I just had to execute everything. So this one was, if they buy a For Real milkshake and they're wearing their app gear, they get all these free toppings for their shake. So this little desk, or this little table, was sitting right outside of the checkout. And if they bought a milkshake and they were wearing their gear, they could come over and fill up their cup. This was in Sandberg Commons from 2 to 4 p.m. and it was pretty successful. I worked this event, I think, my first week on my internship. It was pretty successful. The students loved it. They love free anything. But 2 to 4 is a really low traffic time, especially on Fridays. A lot of time, Fridays in general are a lot slower than every other day because people are going home or going out to eat. So there weren't as many students as I was expecting, but they do these events during these slow times to help increase sales during a lag time. So it makes sense. Here's just some fun pictures of students that were filling their milkshakes. And another sample event was called the Nutella sampling event. So this was supported by Nutella. They sent us all this free stuff to hand out to students, and the communication specialist and I kind of created this event to be more of a promoting the sales of pizza. So we made a dessert Nutella pizza, and if they bought a slice of the Nutella pizza, then they were entered to win the grand prize, which was like a duffel bag of a ton of Nutella supplies. And this was in River Street Cafe from about 2 to 4 again. And the results, the customers, again, were extremely satisfied. They loved it. People love Nutella. We had little free samples of the pizza that we were handing out. We had a ton of free little Nutella scoop samples. So it was a big hit. Again, it was during a very slow, low traffic time. So it could have been a lot busier and maybe more successful. But that's the point of these events, is to drive traffic into food services during those slow times. So pretty successful. So those were just 2 examples of events that we did. We've done an event every Friday. Other examples were the turkey burger giveaway. There was if you buy a sub, you get free chips, just things like that. But these ones were the ones that required more marketing. And so now on to the actual marketing of these events. The marketing had to reach all the students, faculty, and staff, so we had to take a multi-channel approach. So we used the HR email list, the auxiliary services email list, which hits every single student, faculty, and staff on campus, the food services emailing list, you have to sign up for to be on that, and then different facets of social media, and then some prints that we hung up throughout campus. So here are some examples of how we promoted this event through social media. So Instagram, wear your gear, don't miss out on these Fan Friday deals. And then in the caption, it kind of says what the deal is for that day. I'm sure you guys have all received the auxiliary services email since it reaches all the students, and this again explains it in honor to celebrate and encourage love for Appalachian University Bookstore and Food Services are offering Fan Friday specials for anyone wearing their app gear on Fridays. Each week there will be new plays of the week, so check back each week. You can also go on to the food service website and it gives you a schedule of all the events that are coming up. Here's Facebook, have our Nutella pizza and giveaways. That one was probably our biggest hit besides the free turkey burgers. And then here's Twitter. This Fan Friday, get $1 off a blended smoothie from Cascades or Juice Bar from 2 to 4. Just wear your app gear. So it's just some fun. Different ways to really reach all the students and faculty through different outlets. And we looked at the stats, and the emails were most successful. We don't exactly have a ton of followers on Instagram or Twitter, but the email was most successful. Just another event we did was a new smoothie at Blended called the Green Goddess. Just wanted to throw this in there because it was something actually healthy that I could help out with. We made a green smoothie with kale and spinach and promoted it with signs, eat your veggies, and some vegetable facts. So that was just another fun one I wanted to throw in there. Not everything I do involves Nutella and ice cream. So some strengths and areas of improvements for this. The strengths were that there was positive customer feedback with pretty much all the events. I mean, it's free food or discounted food, so students do love it. The employee compliance helpfulness was great. I mean, anytime we had an event, we had to kind of utilize space or, get the pizza guy to make Nutella pizza or anything like that. They were very compliant. They really wanted to help. And in these events, it did increase sales and during the slow times, which was a plus. So the areas of improvement, I still think the time of the events were a little questionable just because it was so slow. And I know that's the point, but I think we could have maybe picked even during lunch when more students are there than during 2 to 4. The timing of the emails also could be better. We sent an email out like a week before the event, and I think it would be more useful to do maybe the day before. And then there was some organization of setup and things that kind of could have been done a little bit better. But overall, I think the Fan Fridays was a great idea and had a lot of fun promoting it and marketing it. So if you have any questions, you can let me know. That is all I have.